say, so last night I'm doing the clubhouse game. It's CC, it's Cliffy, it's Yonder and myself, and we're watching the Padres and the Mets. The Mets, the #1 team in the National League, Kev, and this is a series against the team that's right behind them in the NL, one of the contenders in the Friars there, and it was just another clinical performance from Buck Showalter's bunch. I mean, Eduardo Escobar, a couple huge knocks late as he completed the first cycle for the Mets franchise in a decade. Kev, let me ask you this. With all of the magical moments that we've seen from the Mets this year in their 38 wins, what's been the key to them?
To me, I'm going to look at this Mets team and think depth. Immediately, I think they came into camp. They come into camp every year with some bells and whistles and some hype and all the stuff, and then it's kind of like weird. This is the one year when they got Buck Showalter immediately. You're like, yeah, this is a perfect scene for this team. One, Buck Showalter's awesome. He's funny. He's had this reputation of like strict Buck and doesn't speak. And you talk to players and pitchers that they didn't wave on the other side. The left hand goes in the back pocket when he makes pitching changes. But you look at the depth of this, and we're doing a nice job of just kind of showing you a little bit of everybody besides the awesomeness Palo by Lindor. But you look at this club, they're deep. And the Dodgers, why they win every year and why they're up there in the West every year and why they're battling, you look at Dave Roberts' lineup, they're deep. So things happen, injuries happen, and that's why we talk about throughout the year, and every team's got an injury or a pitcher or a guy goes down. Your White Sox, Lance Lynn goes down early in the year. We haven't had him, and then you start talking. Correct. Every team goes through it. But when you have some depth, and you look at this team, when they go ahead and lose a Max Scherzer, and DeGrom hasn't even been around with them together, like, that's deep. So you tip your hat to the guys that have stepped up. You tip your hat to Escobar, who, by the way, you know, before the cycle in the last probably 2 weeks, people are like, oh, well, he's only got like 14 RBIs. No, he's a player. And you turn his back of his baseball card and go, yeah, these kind of players help this team. Marte helped this team. All of them help this team. So I'd say depth.
No, I'm with you, Kev. I mean, they check every single box. They lead the league in average. They got some slug. Delivering with runners in scoring position, athleticism, stolen bases. They're patient at the plate. They will grind out ABs. You know, Brandon Nimmo, the prototype top of the order leadoff man. You like on base percentage, he's going to give it to you, and he's going to make the pitcher work and give his teammates a chance to see some pitches. What
Jeff
we got.
McNeil. He's a dude.
You go down. It is a relentless lineup. They do the little things right because Buck and that staff, that's what they preach since they got there. Knowing all the rules. Knowing rules that nobody else in the stadium knows. So they do the little things right, and that's why there's just a different vibe. There's a different vibe about this club, and it's fun to watch right now. That series will continue tonight. Game 2.
Buck Showalter. I love that. It's one of my favorite.
There he is. Buck. We miss you here at the network, but you're doing great, as if that was ever a doubt.